Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Den here once again, and in today's video I am going to be discussing about my feelings towards the film Morbius, that is one of the Sony Marvel spin-offs for Spider-Man, where they have been making standalone movies for Spider-Man villains, and, well, yeah, it's certainly a controversial film in terms of its quality, in terms of dialogue, special effects, CGI, just across the board. This film for me felt like a disaster, and today, yes, my review will be on Morbius, that released today in UK cinemas, and, well, I don't even know where to begin, because I feel like this isn't going to be a review. I have, especially recently, been writing scripts when it comes to my reviews, so I can get all my thoughts on paper, so I know what I'm saying, whereas when it comes to this film, I just know what I've got to say without doing any of that, because when I sat down in the cinemas, I already knew what I was kind of getting myself into, because the reviews from other critics and stuff like that were embargoed up until early hours this morning, so that was already a red herring for me. That was already a warning sign, but also because there were reshoots. And the reshoots, I'm guessing, were primarily for the ending of the film, or, well, the post-credits, which, again, you could tell they were reshot because of Spider-Man No Way Home. That, okay, it's nice to see that Spider-Man No Way Home had an impact on the film, but the whole film just didn't really hit with me. And there were a lot of clips from the trailers that we didn't even see in the film, and that's not like the way Marvel did it with Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, where they were purposely put in to mislead you. No, this was done because stuff was taken out and reorganized and stuff like that. Apparently there was some Spider-Man references removed and stuff, and after all that, I generally don't know how to feel about the film. Like, I sat there and I was literally just counting down until the end of the film. The post-credit scenes and the ending was spoiled online anyway by the director, which again completely blew me away, let alone the late embargo release for reviews. The film as well, in terms of quality, like, the acting wasn't really good enough for me personally, you know, especially when I've seen these actors in other products as well, like other films and TV shows. Everything just felt a little bit wooden, and I do feel like the film might have even benefited from a longer runtime, because it was only just over an hour and a half. Like, come to, you know, modern films, you know, the story itself felt very rushed, and the ending as well, the final boss, you know, I say final boss like a film, no, like the final fight with the other vampire dude. Oh, Lucian, I think his name was. Yeah, played by Matt Smith. And I generally did not enjoy that fight as well, because, again, the CGI was definitely flawed. Oh my, it was definitely flawed. But the action was kind of like very fast and then suddenly slowed down. There was no medium. And I did find that with a lot of the action scenes of the film. I know that's might be tied to the character of Morbius, but yeah, I'm just kind of disappointed that this film, after 2 years of delays, the fact it was filmed originally in 2019, we've had reshoots obviously to tie into No Way Home, and it just doesn't feel right for me personally. And I am really disappointed, because I wanted Morbius to be good, because I love seeing these Spider-Man villains get the spotlight and, you know, get a build-up to the Sinister Six, but it does, for me personally, feel like Sony haven't learnt their lesson from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that, to me, was more evident in the post-credit scene, because the film itself, yes, it suffered in terms of quality across the board. I really didn't enjoy the story, and yeah, I felt like the plot was rushed, but when it came down to, you know, the post-credit scene that obviously everyone's going to be talking about, because it's like, oh, an MCU character's crossing over with a Sony character. Oh my god, like, I just don't know how to feel about that ending, because it was kind of like The Amazing Spider-Man 2. with that mysterious guy going up to the Green Goblin and saying that, you know, we need to bring a team together. The dialogue in there I thought was very cheesy and cringe. And then it's basically been translated over to Morbius, that has released nearly a decade later. And look what happened with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was the catalyst of that franchise, that iteration of the character. That movie was basically the catalyst towards Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man being erased, basically, and then there was a reboot with Tom Holland. That all came from that movie because Sony wanted to rush a cinematic universe. And it seems like they're trying to do that already. Basically, 3 films into the live-action series. But I feel like Sony kind of just want to rush it again, and I don't think it's going to end well. As much as I want the Sinister Six to be on screen, I don't think it's going to work under the current circumstances, if I'm being completely honest. And I remember literally, as soon as I finished that film, I muttered that I hope Marvel get the rights back to these Spider-Man characters, because it's obvious that whatever's going on with the Sony cinematic universe of Spider-Man characters, whatever this universe is called, it's not working. And I am concerned now when it comes to the Kraven the Hunter film with Aaron Taylor-Johnson and the Madame Web film as well. You know, these solo films don't really work without Spider-Man. I will say that. And I do think they need to try and sort that out soon. And I am worried as well that if it is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, that they are going to be making this universe's Spider-Man. Is he going to be... Are they going to be taking this actor who already was in a franchise that didn't really work as well as they wanted to? A brilliant actor anyway, but, you know, taking him from one Doom franchise onto another one, is that really going to work? But yeah, in terms of how I felt about the film overall, yeah, I did enjoy it, just to reiterate. And my review score for this would be a 2 out of 10, personally. To be honest, I think a lot of this disappointment has come from after waiting for years for this film, and then it turns out to be, in my eyes, rubbish. I'm just really disappointed. I really am, and I just hope that Sony can take the feedback from this film, and they can hopefully do, with the next live-action film in this universe, they are able to take the feedback on board and not rush things, and have a plot that's well thought out, not tied down with reshoots, and just put the story first. Don't try and rush this cinematic universe, this shared universe thing. You will be able to achieve it eventually. But yeah, I am going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for tuning into today's video. I know it's been a little bit off the cuff, it's been a little bit ranty, but I'm just really disappointed when it comes to this film. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.